everyone, and welcome back to another book club. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Trevor. Say hi, Trevor.
Hi. Hello.
That's so true. We have been reading Steel Ball Run. We've read a little bit of it since last time. We've read a couple of arcs.
Sure have.
Today we're going to be talking about two arcs, Wrecking Ball and Civil War. We'll tackle the other two next episode. But today we're talking about Wrecking Ball and Civil War. Wrecking Ball and Civil War. Overall, these two arcs, what do you think, Trevor?
Okay, yeah. So they're both really good. But so we both have it pulled up just so we can follow along with what happened.
Yeah.
And I looked at the first page of Wrecking Ball so I could remember which arc was Wrecking Ball, right? And it starts. The first thing you see is a thermometer. It goes from 20 Celsius to negative 40 Celsius. That's like the most useless thermometer ever, right? Because,
what if you needed to go to 40 Celsius though?
No, minus 40 Celsius. No, okay, because 20 degrees Celsius, that's like wet. 68, I think. And that's nowhere near warm enough to be useful anywhere south of Ohio.
Wow. But
okay, yeah. I just saw that and I was like, wow, that's really stupid. Why is it drawn like that?
I mean, we live in Seattle, right? We live in Seattle, so we're used to colder temperatures.
Yeah, but it gets over 20 degrees Celsius.
So occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah. So Civil War overall, what'd you think?
Yeah. So Civil War. No, don't want to talk about Wrecking Ball. Do you know?
Wrecking Ball. Yeah, I meant Wrecking Ball.
Okay, Wrecking Ball. Yeah, dude, it's really cool. I thought showing how spin can be used in different ways, as opposed to just funny bend all of your bones. Was really cool. And the left half ataxia or whatever it's called. It's such a cool idea.
Yeah, it's a neat little thing.
Does it work on the left side? Does it ever work on the right?
As far as we know, only the left. Theoretically, you could get it to work on the right with a reverse spin, but we never see it, so it's not confirmed. But there are other elements present in the story that make people think that with a reverse spin, it would be the right side.
Is that not a thing that we see in Stone Ocean?
Dude, I freaking love Stone Ocean so much.
I love Stone Ocean. Yeah,
that's so true.
My favorite part 8.
That's so true. I love part 8 so much. Jolene, my favorite character. Jolene JoJo Lands. Yeah, that's his name. Jolene. True. But yeah, no, Wrecking Ball, I think it's a fun little fight. It comes after Tubular Bells, right? And then it comes before Civil War, right? That's its place in the story. And we finally get a little expansion of Spin. Spin gets its own DLC, you could say. Right? Would you say that, Trevor?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not downloading anything. I'm not downloading anything.
I have downloaded 15 viruses onto my phone. So,
as you do.
Speak for yourself is what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, so we meet our two antagonists of the arc, Weka Pipo and Magenta. Now, Trevor, those are kind of odd names, aren't they?
They sure are.
So you might be wondering, Brandon, why are those names so odd? Like Weka Pipo, who is that? Why is he here? He's weird. He's gay. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking, Trevor. I do know what you're thinking. That's a lie. So Magenta and Weka Pipo are references. The names are references to songs by a band called Sold Out, like SOUL''D out. It is a Japanese boy band, I believe. It's a Japanese musical group, right? I'll say that to avoid getting it wrong. It's a Japanese musical group that back during the writing of Steel Ball Run, this was written roughly 2007, 2008-ish in that time period.
No freaking way.
That's so true.
Caused the housing collapse?
It did.
No freaking way.
Dude, what can I say? They read Civil War and they were just like, this is it. This is peak fiction. I don't need to own a house anymore. That's literally what they said, dude.
That's so true. That is what they said.
That's so true. So In 2009, right? So the JoJo's anime, as we know it, as we've been watching it, aired in 2012. Before that, there was the OVAs that we've seen. It got his eyes. Kakyoid. It got his eyes.
It got his eyes.
Yes, that's the 90s OVA.
And when Iggy just gets absolutely like hit, and like for no reason it just fucking dies.
He does, and then Dio goes, "An oil tanker for you." My favorite. That might be my second favorite part.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some good moments. But what you might not know, Trevor, is there was planned for, I think it was 2009, for there to be a full-length animated Phantom Blood movie adaptation. And the band Sold Out was doing the music for it. Now, this movie never came out. It's lost media. I think we have maybe like 1 minute from like a test screening someone recorded, right, or something. The movie's lost media. We don't know exactly their part. But because of their help with it, like during the production of it and writing the music of it, Araki decided to name 2 characters after songs by Sold Out. So you have Weka Pipo, which is Wake Up People, and Magenta, which is Magenta. So that is why they're weird. So I think I mentioned back, when was it that I mentioned? It was during Oyakomo Wa and Boku wo Rhythm wo Kutakure or something, where I was like, don't worry, there's more weird names. These are the guys that I was talking about. That and Chocolate Disco. We'll get to Chocolate Disco next episode. Yeah. So that's the little story behind them. So it's a neat little like period piece where you look at this and you're like, well, you see a direct correlation between that and Weka Pipo obviously being a kind of more of an important character in the story for this little section. But yeah, so it's a fun little arc. You get to see more with the golden rotation or the golden ratio.
The golden rectangle.
I will say this arc is criticized a little bit because people wonder, why didn't Gyro just look at Weka Pipo's face? And I can't entirely go against that. Like, I get what they were trying to do. Like, I get what Araki was trying to do. There's probably some reason. I know with the left side ataxia, he wouldn't be able to see the golden ratio and stuff. But like out of it, he was able to see it in the snowflake. So it's the question of, like, why wasn't he able to see it in Weka Pipo's face? I can't remember if there is a reason.
I have a theory of what it could be. So, the golden ratio in art is it's a ratio of beauty.
Yeah.
But like people's faces and like nature doesn't necessarily align to that. Like I was saying in the last episode when I was criticizing, golden ratio in general, not just Araki's use of it.
Yeah.
But like, so I mean, in reality, more than likely, his face like has nothing that is aligned to the golden ratio. Just
That's
because
fair.
The golden ratio is so specific that it doesn't ever happen in nature.
Yeah, because I guess because you can't just
things happen in nature.
Yeah, you can't just like look at your hand. He has to do his hand in like a specific way. So that means that his hand itself isn't in the golden ratio. So yeah, so I guess that could be applied to the face too. But he sees it in the snowflakes in nature. And so that's how he's able to do that. I think it's an interesting little thing.
Yeah, even though the snowflakes are hexagons.
No, but the golden ratio is there, so he can see it. So you're dumb, basically.
Yeah, he can see it though.
Yeah, he can see it though. But yeah, it's a fun little thing. And then we have.
It could also be that Weka Pipo has his funny hair. Right. He could have the beard and like the weird designs in the beard specifically to throw off seeing the golden ratio.
Yeah.
Because he knew that was like
the Zeppeli whole thing.
Zeppeli's like main tool. Yeah.
Honestly, whenever you said whenever you were like I think I know why, and then you were like the golden ratio is only found in beautiful things. I was like, this dude's about to just say Weka Pipo's ugly. It's really what I thought you were about to say. Oh man, but yeah. Well, I think it's very interesting to get the expansion on Spin there with Weka Pipo. You get his little backstory. What do you think of his little backstory?
Yeah.
It's a
I think it's cool. It's like it shows how his drive is to he's just his drive. He wants to not be in exile. He wants to like have a home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
like,
sure am glad
he has
that
no
nothing
reason
bad
go back
happens to him.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm glad that nothing bad happens
it
to
really
him.
Would, it really would. It
It
really
would
be a
suck
shame
so bad if something bad happened.
if somebody like Dio killed him.
That would
to
suck.
get back
That would suck.
to like his own universe or something like that. That'd be so bizarre.
That would be so bizarre,
and truly an
wouldn't it?
adventure.
Truly, thank you, Wekapipo. That's what he says. That's what Funny Man says. Yeah, so you got Wekapipo. The other half of this little Dua Lipa. The other half of this little Dua Lipa is Magenta, who is an interesting little boy, and his funny stand, 20th Century Boy. 20th Century Boy, Trevor, is, you can't hurt it. Just it's the ultimate defense.
Yeah.
Like any damage sustained to his body, it's deflected into the ground. Like, he doesn't have to breathe. He doesn't have to, when he is in 20th Century Boy, he's immortal, right? He's not going to die. Surely that won't come back to bite him. Surely that won't come back to bite him. But it's interesting. It's an interesting little stand. It's an interesting little fight. Overall, Gyro and Johnny get hit with the left side ataxia, and they have to work around that a little bit. And then, Magenta's trying to just straight up shoot them, because what else are you going to do, I guess? And yeah, it's just fun trying to work around that, trying to get to see the golden ratio to be able to spin your balls real good. It's a fun little fight, and they get both legs. My favorite stand part. It's a nice little arc. What you call it? It's pretty fun, pretty easy, pretty simple. Got anything else to say about it, Trevor?
Oh, one interesting thing. This is the first time that we see that we really see Loco's luck not work.
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah, he wasn't. Yeah. So there was Gyro and Johnny were looking for logs in the ice, because that's where the ice is strongest, and those are put there by the natives. And so that's the only place really that they could cross.
Cross safely at least.
They saw, cross safely, and they saw Loco run through the ice, and they were like, "Oh dang, he found it! Like, that's, how did he do that? How did he?" And then they end up finding it, and it's on a completely different area of the ice.
Yeah, because of their fight.
They're like, "Oh wow." Yeah, and so
you could say maybe the corpse guided them there. Maybe the corpse brought a blessing to them. Maybe.
Yeah, the corpse of some random saint.
Some random guy. It's getting really annoying at this point. I wish they'd just tell us who it was, dude. I wish they'd just tell us who it was, honest. But yeah, so this is definitely a mark against the Hey Ya gives you luck camp. Because Poco Loco didn't have luck here.
But in a way, he did still have luck, because he didn't fall in.
He did. That's true. That's very true. He was still able
to cross safely. He just wasn't able to cross as quickly.
Mm-hmm. But didn't Johnny and Gyro win this stage?
Yes, they did. But Poco Loco hasn't won. Yeah, he's only come first in one other stage.
Yeah.
I think. Like stage 4 or something like that.
Yeah. The tops are pretty close. Top riders are pretty close to each other. It's anyone's game. Anyone's race.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was Wrecking Ball. Now we're on to Civil War. What do you think of Civil War, Trevor? Overall thoughts on Civil War.
So I thought it was really cool. It's like an interesting power, right? So what Civil War does? Civil War is the stand, right? Yeah.
Civil War is the stand. A stand name that they hopefully don't have to change.
Yeah, I don't think they would.
Yeah, because even the stand itself has to do with the Civil War itself. So it's like,
yeah. Okay, yeah. So what the stand does is it takes things that you've thrown away, and then it puts them all in one spot, I think it might be able to put them in other spots, but we get to see all of the things that people have thrown away into this church, right?
Yeah.
And if you touch one of the things that you throw away, it's like he describes it as your sins coming back on you, I think, or something along those lines. And you have to purify your sins with normal water.
Yeah.
Not holy water, just normal water.
Just normal water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Funny Civil War has 2 abilities, right? Even there's one ability per stand, Trevor, but this stand has 2 abilities, right? It's never been done before. That's so true.
Yeah, except for Emperor Crimson or Star Platinum or the World or
That's so true.
Magician's Red or Hermit Purple.
Yeah,
or,
Magician's Red can
Emerald
create
Splash.
fire and be useless. That's its 2 abilities.
Yeah, well, it can create fire, and it has the little heat thing that showed in like the very last arc, and it's the first time you ever see it.
Yeah, but
and he uses it to instantly find tenor sax.
That's so true. And then he dies. And
then he dies. Yeah.
But yeah, so Funny Civil War can do, like, as you described, it recreates things that you've thrown away or sacrificed, right, in your past. They come up whenever they touch you or you touch it, and they come up to you, right? Whenever you touch it, you remember exactly how and why you threw it away, and the guilt, specifically the guilt that is with that. And then, as the object becomes one with you, it creates like a film that goes over you and literally crushes you under the weight of your own guilt. The only way to get out of this, which is a pretty good power, has a very strong counter, and that is you have to cleanse yourself with water, right? This is a very religious arc, Trevor. I don't know if you noticed that Axel Rowe was a very religious man. Starting off with this arc, right? You have Johnny and Gyro. They see Hot Pants, right? They go into a church, and there's a woman here. It's not Hot Pants. Where's Hot Pants? Hot Pants is the woman. Hot Pants is a nun.
Hot Pants definitely isn't a woman.
Hot Pants definitely is not a woman.
That would never be the case.
That would never be the case. You get Hot Pants is a nun now. Because Gyro goes off, and then Johnny's talking to Hot Pants. And then...
Civil War also. It starts with you seeing the body of, quote, Lucy Steele, but it's actually Scarlet Valentine, too. Like that. It starts with that, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, you get kind of lore there. You got it. It's important.
I know. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, aren't I?
You are. Yeah.
Yeah, so... Basically, the beginning is we get to see everyone kind of overcome their sins, right? Kind of overcome with their sins. We get to see funny Gyro Man who gave up his bear, Rip Bear. You know, let me pull up the chapter. I admittedly did not have Civil War pulled up. So yeah, so you have them. So they're with Hot Pants, right? Here they are, and then Johnny pulls Hot Pants down, almost kisses her, which is kind of hot. Right?
It is.
He's like, have you fallen in love with people? How did she lose to a cripple? Like, I just thought about that. This dude is literally a cripple. Like, bro can't walk. Yeah. Just run away.
He's got to stand. He actually can walk, though. He's faking it.
No, he can't walk.
No,
he's
he
never
can't walk.
faking.
He's faking it. No. You don't understand. I've read ahead.
You have?
Yeah, I've read FARP.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you have read FARP.
All 5 parts.
All 5 parts of FARP. There's no more chapters titled FARP.
No more.
There's none more.
FARP, by the way, is the shortening of Filthy Acts at a Reasonable Price. In case you don't know.
Yeah, the stand of hilarious February. The chief executive officer of the President of the United States. Hey, then we get Hot Pants being like, if you call Gyro back here, both of you will die. That's why I made him go to the back. All of the corpse parts have been taken from me. They were mad at her because she stole their corpse parts. And then we see that she has a child. And then she's crying. Uh-oh, who is this child in her? And Johnny's like, Hot Pants, what's going on? I didn't know you were a single mother. And then a film starts to overcome her, as we said, with the standability. And she says, you have to purify it with water, Johnny. And Johnny's like, Gyro, come back here. There's an enemy. Gyro finds his little bear, which is very funny. He feels guilt towards throwing away his bear. Gyro is such a sweet little guy. He's such a sweet little guy. And then here we get to see the first appearance of Civil War, The Stand. All right, funny man. I like his design. I like Civil War's design. It's a neat little design.
Dude, it looks really cool.
And then we get to also see
little face and like the little bell bottom
legs
going on.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
actually
sorry,
Araki said was like
legs.
influenced by like Roots. Like he wanted to like emulate Roots with these.
Yeah, I
paintings.
mean, I can see that. I can see that. They
Yeah.
kind of look like a blood-soaked root.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I get it.
And so we also get to see the corpse. There's the torso, which I don't think we've seen up to this point. So here is we get to see Johnny and Gyro being consumed by the stuff that they left behind. Cool. And then the next chapter is loading. So far, we're getting the build-up, right? Getting the build-up to this first ability of Funny Civil War Man. And so far, it's pretty darn good. And I'm stalling because my chapter isn't loading. So, Trevor.
Yeah.
Civil War is a pretty good arc, you could say.
It is.
So here we get to see the top bets are on Johnny and Gyro. We get to see Valentine being like, the corpse is here, right? Axel Rose done it. So Gyro throws his steel ball, destroys Civil War. Man, I can't believe the arc's already over. That's crazy. Then Gyro sees all the steel
really
balls
cool.
that he threw away. And then we get to see Hot Pants. And we get to see her little backstory here. What do you think of Hot Pants' little backstory here, Trevor?
I think it's kind of based. She just threw
Killed her brother?
brother
Yeah.
away. Yeah, it's kind of based.
See you later, Stinky.
Yeah.
Get eaten by a bear,
I'm
idiot.
gonna be a nun now. And then she was a nun, and then she was like, oh shoot, I gotta go win the student ball run race for whatever reason. And then she was like, oh, there's such thing as corpse parts. I'm gonna go get those while I'm here. Huh? It's sure is crazy how that turned out to be beneficial.
Yeah, sure is crazy how the Vatican told me to come here to collect the corpse parts, and then I found the corpse parts here. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Then we go on a little bit, and Johnny sees a certain little white mouse. No freaking way, dude. Is that Danny? Dude, I love Danny.
Mouse? That was a large dog. What are you talking about?
Dude, that was how. Dude, and Johnny sees a certain large dog. Right. So Gyro says he's like these are my steel balls. Right. He's looking through. Here we get to see a little bit of Axel Rowe. He tells him that his weakness is being purified with water. Right. And then Gyro touches one of the steel balls and he sees where he threw it. So this is where you can see like Axel Rowe's ability, Civil War's ability. Whenever you touch an object, you remember when and how you got rid of it, when and how you sacrificed it. So we see that Gyro botched an execution, and he had to do it again.
Based.
That is so based. This from when I screwed up an execution supervised by my father. The steel ball, I definitely threw it away. I got rid of it back in my homeland. Why the hell is it here? And he goes, whoa! That's what he sounds like. Actually, I'm his voice actor.
That's
Johnny is still
you are
schizophrenic.
Gyro Zeppeli.
Johnny is still schizophrenic and sees a large dog that climbs inside of a boot that's way too small for a large dog to fit inside of. He's been shooting at it. And he's like, ooh, I hit it. And then, what's this coming out of a boot? Nicholas, my favorite Joestar? Love this funky little guy. And he's like, rah, Johnny, you killed me. Ooh-ah. Now that's Johnny that goes, ooh-ah. And then he's overcome.
he
He's getting choked by the film and by his guilt and by his regrets and all that. And then he's like, I need water. I need to get to water. There's Danny. He's running towards him. And Johnny gets to the water after a little bit, and he's cleansed. His sins are cleansed from him. That's kind of based. Johnny Joestar's a Baptist, confirmed. No freaking way. And so here we get Johnny, and he's about to shoot at Danny. And then we get the first of many iconic scenes from Steel Ball Run. Right? Well, we've seen a couple, but specifically from Civil War and Steel Ball Run. If your heart is wavering, Johnny Joestar, do not shoot. Is this the mysterious saint? Who could he be? And he goes, listen well, if your heart is wavering, then do not shoot, because then a door to a new path will be open to you. And we get to see him. He's not a Joestar, so this isn't one of Johnny's ancestors. He doesn't have the little star tattoo.
I guess we can. Just because we don't see the star, it's because it's on the like the back of his left shoulder, so we don't know.
That's true. That's true. We don't know. This could be an ancient Joestar. It could be like Joshua, son of Joseph, or something. I don't know, something weird like that. We like I mean,
it does look okay, Brandon. If you do go to page 5, it does look like there's a little mark on his shoulder.
It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? I think this is Johnny's father talking to him right now.
It must be. Yeah, because Johnny's father loved him.
Johnny and his father had such a good relationship. But yeah, so here we get to see Johnny is like, whoa. And then they see Axel Rowe, right? All right.
They sure do.
And then we get to see Johnny's father come out, right? So he's with his sins, right? Johnny's father comes out. We get to see this mysterious saint again, this Joshua, son of Joseph guy. If your heart is wavering, do not shoot. You will grow once more shall the gates leading to a new path open for you. Johnny shoots his dad, and he's like, that's my dad. He's like, I can't shoot him, or he tries to shoot him. And then, he shoots Axel Rowe. I can't believe that he finally killed the stand user, and this arc is finally over.
Finally, again,
what's this? Finally, my stand civil war is complete. What are all these people here? That's crazy. So, here is whenever we get into the second half of Civil War, right? The second ability of Civil War is if you kill the user inside of the stand's range and you feel guilt towards it. I mean, I don't even remember feeling guilt towards it. If you kill the user inside of the stand's range.
I don't think you need to feel guilt towards it. I don't feel like Johnny would feel guilt towards killing another man, because like it's often stated multiple times that like he is
Johnny will cap someone. He will. He doesn't care. Johnny doesn't care. Yeah. So if you kill someone if you kill the user inside of the stand's range, right, you then bear their sins. Right? Their sins are built to you. And we get Axel Rowe's backstory. Is he was a guardsman for a town in the Civil War. Theoretically for the Confederates, because he said it was the first of many losses, right? Theoretically, nothing's ever said to confirm that he's on the Confederates, but he's a Confederate, right? Also, this is where the colored scans aren't official. Like these colors, like they're not like the official colors. Like for instance, Giorno in the colored scans had a blue suit instead of a pink scan, and Bussy from Part 6 had pink robes instead of black. And in every single case, I prefer the official colors as opposed to these. But sometimes they color these based off of what Araki colors the characters like. Sometimes they don't. Yeah. That's kind of a problem with some stands in Part 8 where the coloring is not as good as Araki colored them. Yada, yada, yada. So basically, you can't go based off the colors of what... But he's a Confederate, right? And he's supposed to be on watch. But it's boring. He drinks. He wakes up one night. An army is underneath him going to the town. Now, he could light the lantern and warn the people in the town that they're all about to be murdered, right? Or he could not do that and live, because if he lit it, they would obviously see him and then they would kill him. He decides not to light it. The town burns, everyone dies. Move, honestly. Now, this is where it's interesting, because Civil War is the first stand I think that we've seen so far, except for maybe Heiya, right? I'm kind of in the camp of Heiya, where it was not awakened by a corpse part or a devil's palm, where this stand purely came about as a manifestation of Axel Rowe's guilt.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. This is also...
Yeah, dude, it's like how in the OG universe, one of the ways to get a stand is to master a craft.
Yeah, this dude mastered guilt.
He's feeling bad about himself.
That's so true. But yeah, no, I love that. I think that is so cool that that you can awaken a stand like that, and that's part of the reason why I think that like Poco Loco could have been so lucky that he awakened a stand. Yeah. And so this second half, right? All the soldiers and people that were killed in the town that Axel Rowe was guarding come after Johnny, right? And then Jesus shows up nondescript person shows up a couple of times. And Johnny goes, Jesus Christ. And like, I think he was just exclaiming there. I don't know why he would say that, though. That's kind of weird. It's kind of odd. I don't know why he would say that. I don't know who the saint is personally. Jesus shows up a couple more times. Christ? Yeah, he does.
Where does he say that, though?
Let me find it.
After he says Jesus says like, I mean, sorry, this random saint. My bad. He says, shoot, you'll find a new path, and then he's like, oh, I'm not lost anymore. I realize I have to shoot myself. And
Oh, I guess he says it earlier.
so-
I think he says it earlier. After he's like, whenever he's outside. Yeah, that's where he says it.
Yeah, maybe I gotta find exactly what he says. You know,
Yeah.
what
Because
Johnny
it-
says. What Johnny
If
says.
your heart is wavering, Johnny Joestar, do not sure. You will never find the new path that way. And then Johnny goes, I'm not lost anymore. I understand. Now, I've realized where I should shoot my nail bullets. He's getting ripped apart, and he shoots himself. L. But then, it's not as L as you might think, because Johnny unlocks Echoes Act 3.
It's so true.
That's so true. Tusk Act 3. Funny stand, it has the same properties as Act 2 in terms of the nail bullets, but Johnny can hide in it. It's kind of good. It's kind of a little bit good. So this is where
the infinite spiral, right, to go to sink down into,
because
right?
the spiral of
I wonder if infinity, like infinite like depth and stuff from like weird things, like maybe even fractals or something like that, will play a part in like, you know, the next couple of Earths.
That's weird. I don't know. I don't think anything infinite has anything to do with anything else in the part. Honestly, I don't think anything.
That'd be too big of a coincidence.
Yeah. I don't think so. But we get these little holes, Act 2's holes, that get infinitely small. And in that void of space, Johnny hides himself. He's the only one that can do it. Anyone else, L move, sucks to suck, right? It's kind of interesting to have like a place that like only one person can like go to, and like anyone else that goes in like kind of gets destroyed. That's kind of weird in it. That's kind of odd in it.
I think Johnny has the ability, like if he wanted to, he could let Gyro pop in that thing. Pop in the little hole, you know?
Well, I don't think so, because I think it's because I think the reason he's able to do it is because he has Tusk. And because Tusk evolved to Act 3. Like, Tusk's bullets didn't evolve any from Act 2 to Act 3. It was purely his ability to do this. I think he got that through the renewed resolve he found in Jesus Christ.
In Random Saint, you mean?
In Random Saint. In Soulja Boy.
Yeah. It's Soulja Boy, yeah.
That's so true. Yeah, so we get Axel Rowe, right? And he's coming through. And he tries to take the corpse. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna take the corpse. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing. I'm getting out of here. But Johnny grabs it through his little wormhole thing, and he starts pulling. And then Axel Rowe's like, I'm not gonna give you the corpse. And he's like, oh, he doesn't want the corpse. He said if he can't have it, he's gonna make sure no one can have it. Johnny was going to destroy the Saint's corpse. Axel Rowe is like, this guy's gonna destroy it. He's gonna pull it through the hole, and it's going to destroy the Saint's corpse. They're like, you would destroy his corpse. I don't know. They keep saying his. I mean, is it Soulja Boy? I don't know. It's really annoying at this point. I think they really should make it more obvious who the Saint is.
It's clear that everyone knows whose corpse it is, because they're like, oh my gosh, it's him.
Except for the audience. Except for the audience.
Yeah, and they still haven't told the audience who it is. It's crazy.
I know. It's just maybe one day, maybe in the final arc we'll find out something about it. Maybe in part 8 we'll find out something about it.
maybe part 9. We might have to wait till part 9.
So Axel Rowe is like, I'm not going to let you have the corpse. He's like, I have to defend it. And so he goes and he stabs through the wormhole. He gets his arm through it, gets ripped off. He stabs Johnny Joestar. Who stabbed Johnny Joestar? It was Axel Rowe. That was the answer this entire time. And Johnny dies. But then he's reborn, and all the sins are placed upon Axel Rowe again. Uh-oh. What'd you think of that, Trevor? That little moment.
Kind of based. Absolute genius thing that Johnny did, but
at
the same time, it's not a risk that I myself would do in that situation, because you don't know exactly how like the other opponent's stand works. So he actually had no idea, like no way of knowing if that is what would happen. What would have happened?
Well, that was his resolve. I think that speaks a lot to his character, that he was willing to do that. Johnny is hood like that. Johnny is hood like that. You could also say that it plays into this arc's more themes of faith, where very obviously this is kind of reminiscent of Johnny going on a journey of faith. I mean, he literally sees a holy figure of some ambiguous saint, right, who theoretically could have played a big part in a major religion of the world, right? literally has to wash his sins away with the cleansing water and finds newfound resolve to give up his life for what he believes in. Right? That's what I think.
Exactly.
I think the religious themes in this arc are done very well. I really quite enjoy it. And just as Axel Rose like, I'm going to get you to kill me again, yada yada. He gets capped. Who is it? Hilarious February.
Who shot Axel?
Who shot Axel Rowe? I think it was Diego.
No one else's motive.
No, yeah, exactly, dude. Diego wanted the corpse parts. He was in Philadelphia. He's a dinosaur.
It's so
dude,
true, he is a dinosaur.
No one else had any motive. No one else had any motive whatsoever. Dude,
No
no,
one
it was
else
Lucy
wants the
Steele.
corpse parts.
It was Lucy Steele. Dude, she wants the corpse
that's
parts.
so true.
She's in Philadelphia. And she's a woman. She's used to killing people. She's already killed one person, dude. She's killed more people than Poco Loco. You know, that's gotta stand for something.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah,
how
that
many
we know.
people
That we
Poco
know.
Loco
That's
has
so
killed.
true. That's
Yeah.
so true. But yeah, and so Valentine shoots Axl Rowe, but to where he won't die while Valentine is within the Civil War's range, so he won't get affected by it. And so Axl Rowe dies. The president gets the corpse, and Johnny's like, nah! That's what he sounds like. And then that's the arc, I believe. Isn't that where it ends, Trevor? Let me check the.
Yes, that is true.
Pretty sure it ends with Johnny being like, "Grah." Yeah, they're like.
No, it ends with dialogue from Valentine. He's like, I've got them all except for the right eye.
Yep.
And the left eye is in Dio's possession. The skull is it hasn't been born yet. And I'm sorry, spoilers. And the right
That's so true.
eye is missing.
But yeah, so that was Wrecking Ball and Civil War. Overall, what'd you think, Trevor? Overall,
They were both enjoyable arcs. You know, I mean, like I already said, Wrecking Ball is cool seeing you know, more on Spin, and then you get to see upgrade Tusk, Tusk Act 3. So both cool, both expanded on the main powers of both of our protagonists. And by that, I mean our protagonist and Johnny Joestar.
That's so true. I love Gyro Zeppeli. He's my favorite guy.
Gyro Zeppeli.
Yeah, no, I enjoy Wrecking Ball. If you remember, Civil War is my fourth favorite JoJo fight. It's just, I don't know. I think everything about it is written very well with all the characters, Johnny, but confronting their past sins and like literally having to overcome it. I think the religious themes are done very well. I think Civil War is a super cool stand. All in all, I can't wait to see it butchered in the anime. That's just how it goes. Next time, Trevor.
It probably will be butchered in the anime. That's a good.
I know. It just
point.
It depends. It really depends. I think David Productions can do it well. That's the studio that does it. JoJo's. I think they can do it well. I hope they do it well. And I hope it isn't batch released like Part 6. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to wait and see. Next time.
Honestly, I don't care if it's batch release. Personally, I don't really.
But like it's more fun to watch it weekly. It is more fun to watch it weekly. See, like I was kind of amphibious towards Part 6, because Part 6 isn't my favorite part. But like Part 7,
I was a bit ambidextrous. Part 6.
I was a bit bisexual towards Part 6. Yeah, I hope
right
so.
over androgynous, I see.
That's so true. You see, I forgot any other words that started with A. They just don't exist. Yeah, so
you okay, whatever.
Yeah. Next time, we got Chocolate Disco and Who Shot Johnny Joestar, also known as the beginning of FARP. So, are you excited, Trevor? Can you wait to read it?
I can't wait, which is why I didn't.
That's so true. So, with all that said, if you're this far in the video, obviously there's something you like, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us why Civil War is literally the best arc ever, because it is. If you don't agree, you're wrong. Next video up will be something. I don't know when this goes up. And we will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Trevor.
Bye.